Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question we are taking this up from the topic of definite integration. And if I talk about the question that is given to us here from this topic, question tells us that if limits of 0 to 1, the function is 1 over square root of 3 plus x plus square root of 1 plus x dx is equals to a plus b root 2 plus c root 3, where they have given us a, b, c are rational numbers. And the question is asking us to figure out what's the value of the expression 2a plus 3b minus 4c. And if I talk about the answer choices that I have here, the options are A 10, B 7, C 4, D 8. So we need to figure out which one of the answer choices is the correct answer for the question that is given to us here. Let's try to solve this question further. So if I try to solve this, I have been given this integral of a function which has the limits 0 to 1, and the function is 1 over square root of 3 plus x plus square root of 1 plus x dx. So if I have that, I'll just rationalize my function. So square root of 3 plus x plus square root of 1 plus x. If I rationalize it, I'll multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. So 3 plus x minus root of 1 plus x. So square root of 3 plus x minus root of 1 plus x dx. Now if I have this with me, I'll put the limits from 0 to 1, the numerator as it is. The denominator, if I see, it's a plus b times a minus b, which is a squared minus b squared. So that will leave me with a squared minus b squared. Now, if I further try to solve it, I get this root of 3 plus x minus root of 1 plus x divided by, this becomes square root and square gets cancelled. So you have 3 plus x minus, this becomes 1 plus x dx. Further, if I try to solve this question, I get this limits from 0 to 1. Square root of 3 plus x minus square root of 1 plus x divided by, here if I see, I get 3 plus x minus 1 minus x. So you get 3 plus x as it is minus 1 minus x. The signs for this two change because of the negative sign outside. X and x cancels. I'm just left with 2. So 3 minus 1 is 2. Half taken out. Limits from 0 to 1. Square root of 3 plus x. Square root of 1 plus x dx. Half, taking separate integrals for both of them, 0 to 1, root of 3 plus x dx, 0 to 1, 1 plus x in the root dx again. So what I get from here is half integral of 0 to 1, 3 plus x raised to half dx minus 0 to 1, 1 plus x raised to half dx. Now, once I have this with me, I can just use the idea of substitution to put 3 plus x as some variable, let's say t. So in that case, if I take the derivative, I just get dx equals dt. And limits of that function, x goes from 0 to 1. If I put it here, I get x as 0, so t becomes in that case 3. If I put x as 1, I get t as 4. Now I have the new values. Also, if I do the same thing for the other expression as well, I'll put 1 plus x as some other variable, let's say u. So if I put 1 plus x as u, the derivative of that is dx, which is du. Again, if I find the intervals for them, x and u, I have x going from 0 to 1. So in that case, u will become 1 plus 0, which is 1, and 1 plus 1, which is 2. So I have the limits 1 to 2. So if I see now half, what I get here is, instead of integral from 0 to 1 limits, my new limits would be 3 to 4. The derivative of that, so t raised to half dt minus the new one would have the limits 1 to 2, and you have u raised to half du. Now once I have this with me, I can just do half. T raised to half would make it t raised to 3 over 2 divided by 3 over 2, because of the formula integral of x raised to n dx, which is x raised to n plus 1 over n plus 1, right? And minus here, if I see the limits for this has to be 3 to 4, whereas the limits for the other would be a different one. So it will become u raised to 3 over 2 divided by 3 over 2 only. But here the limits would be 1 to 2 instead of 3 to 4. So let's just apply the limits for both of them and get them out. So 3 over 2 will become 2 over 3. And here I get 4 raised to 3 over 2 minus 3 raised to 3 over 2. Minus, here also I have 2 over 3. And my limits, if I substitute, I get 2 raised to 3 over 2 minus 1 raised to 3 over 2. Now once I solve for this half, and 2 over 3 also comes out. So what I have here is 4 raised to 3 over 2. So over 2 means it's square root of 4. Square root of 4 is cubed. Here I have square root of 3 cubed. And if I solve for this, 2 raised to 3 over 2 would give you 2 square root. So square root of 2 cubed. Minus times minus, which is plus. 1 raised to 3 over 2. So square root of 1 cubed. Now once I solve for this and this cancels, you have just 1 over 3. Square root of 4, which is basically 2. So 2 cubed gives me 8 minus square root of 3 cubed will give me 3 root 3, and root 2 cubed will also give me 2 root 2 plus square root of 1, which is again 1. 1 cubed will give me 1. So here if I see, what I get as 1 over 3, 9 minus 3 root 3 minus 2 root 2. If I multiply this 1 over 3 inside with all of them, what do I get as 1 over 3 times 9, which is 3, minus 3 over 3, which is root 3, minus 2 over 3 root 2. So I have this answer for the integral, and if I just compare it with the question given, it said to me that a plus b root 2 plus c root 3. So if I compare this, a plus b root 2 plus c root 3. So here if I just compare both of them, I get a is 3, I get b is negative 2 over 3, and I get c is minus 1. Once I have A, B, and C, both, all the three of them with me, I'll just put it here. So 2A plus 3B minus 4C will give me 2 times. A was 3. B is negative 2 over 3. And C is negative 1. So I get 2 times 3, which is 6. 3 and 3 cancels, minus 2 plus 4. So I get 4 plus 4, which is 8. And the correct answer choice, if you see in this question, that matches here with the answer that we got, it's option D. So D becomes the correct answer for this question that is asked to us here. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions. So whenever you have such expressions in the integrals, you have to first rationalize them, try to simplify your entire denominator and take it out from the roots. Once you take it out from the root, then we just had to apply the basic formula of integration, which was x raised to n, which gives me x raised to n plus 1 over n plus 1. So that gives me the answer for that. And once I got the answer, I just compared to get me ABC. Once I got ABC, I just put it in the expression, and that gave me the answer as 8 for this question, which matches with option D. So D becomes the correct answer.
Also, if you're enjoying these videos that we are doing on everyday basis, please do like the videos as well and do subscribe to my channel and share this channel with your friends also who are involved in the preparation of questions on JEE, so they can also take the benefit from these questions which we are solving on everyday basis. Thank you.